particularly going after her wonderful half-sister, Samantha.
And suddenly you just have my mom, who's classy and quiet and there, and then you have the other side of my family that is just...
What some are calling the most damaging revelation yet in the ongoing narrative around Meghan Markle has emerged. Not from a journalist or a royal insider, but from within her own family. Samantha Markle, Meghan's older half-sister, has reportedly delivered a scathing indictment that strikes at the very foundation of her public image, her age. According to Samantha, Meghan has long misrepresented her birth year, claiming to be 44 when she may actually be 52. This isn't mere speculation. Samantha, who lived through the early years of Meghan's life and has direct memories of her childhood, asserts that official school records and personal timelines point to a birth date of 1973, decades earlier than the 1981 date Meghan has publicly endorsed. That shift would place her birth nearly 10 years earlier, fundamentally altering every narrative built around her youth, vitality, and relatability. The implications are vast. For years, Meghan's global appeal has rested on a carefully curated image, a modern, relatable woman navigating motherhood, mental health struggles, and life under intense public scrutiny. Her tearful accounts of postpartum hardship, sleepless nights, and emotional isolation resonated with millions. But if she was in her 40s or even 50s, possibly relying on surrogacy during her pregnancies, those stories take on a different tone. Instead of raw authenticity, they could be seen as strategic emotional manipulation. What's more troubling is the response. Prince Harry, rather than addressing the claims with transparency, is reportedly threatening legal action against Samantha. That move, against a family member no less, raises more questions than it answers. Why attack the messenger unless the message truly threatens the narrative? To date, no evidence has been made public. Birth certificates, school transcripts, hospital records all remain sealed behind a wall of legal threats and PR strategy. But the silence speaks volumes. If Meghan had nothing to hide, wouldn't she have offered proof? The absence of such documentation fuels speculation and erodes trust. Samantha's stance is unapologetically clear. She's not seeking fame. She's simply stating facts she remembers: birthdays, school years, personal milestones. "We weren't close," she said, "but I remember the timeline." And it doesn't add up. This isn't just about age. It's about identity, about truth, about the cost of a carefully constructed life built on selective storytelling. And while Prince Harry defends his wife with fury, the public watches closely. Is he protecting his wife or protecting a myth? The scandal is no longer just about celebrity. It's a case study in how narrative shapes perception, and how the truth remains the most dangerous weapon of all. We didn't invite the spotlight. For years, we lived with quiet dignity, keeping our lives private, away from the glare of public scrutiny. But the media found us, and once the trail was followed, the truth revealed something far more troubling than we imagined. Meghan's alleged absence from her pregnancies isn't just a personal secret. It's a fracture in the foundation of the Sussex legacy, one that now casts doubt on the future of Archie and Lilibet within the royal family. For years, speculation lingered. The sudden moon bump, photos that seemed to shift oddly, the extreme secrecy surrounding hospital arrivals. Nothing felt open, nothing seemed honest. Now, with Samantha's claim about Meghan's age, suggesting she was in her late 40s or early 50s during her pregnancies, those rumors take on a chilling plausibility. Biologically, conception at that age is highly improbable. If true, surrogacy was almost certainly involved. So why hide it? If surrogates were used, the honest answer would have been simple. We chose to build our family this way. Instead, we were shown staged scenes, posed baby bumps, carefully choreographed appearances, public displays meant to fuel sympathy and admiration. The optics mattered more than the truth. This wasn't just about image, it was about control. The need for applause, magazine covers, and emotional narratives. But in chasing that spotlight, Meghan built her story on a performance. And when the performance crumbles, the cost is devastating. This isn't just about privacy. It's a constitutional issue. Royal succession has always been monitored by protocol. Historically, births were witnessed by officials to ensure authenticity. Yet, when Archie was born, no senior royal attended. No medical team was revealed. No official records were released. The press waited outside for hours while secrecy was enforced. Now, when we connect the dots, Meghan's disputed age, surrogacy suspicions, total lack of transparency, the conclusion becomes undeniable. Serious questions remain about the legitimacy of the children. That's why calls for DNA testing have grown, not out of malice, but out of a demand for truth in a system built on trust. And then came the Oprah interview, the emotional cornerstone of Meghan's narrative. She spoke of isolation, despair, and suicidal thoughts during her pregnancies. The world wept with her. But if Samantha's claim holds, if Meghan never carried those babies, then every tear, every story was built on a foundation of lies. That's not just deception. It's emotional manipulation on a global scale. Meghan didn't just mislead the press. She misled millions, people who believed her pain was real, who supported her journey, who rallied behind her. Now, that trust is in ruins. Her credibility, the i.e., very currency of her brand, was never about facts. It was about narrative. And now, that narrative is fracturing. Every failed project, as Ever's collapse, the canceled podcast, Netflix's underperforming ventures, feels like another crack in her facade. Each setback chips away at the image she spent years constructing. Even her supporters are beginning to wonder, if she lied about this, what else is false? What about her mental health struggles, her claims of racism, her feud with Kate? Suddenly, every story carries doubt, and then there's Harry. Yes, Meghan may have orchestrated the narrative, but Harry stood beside her. He defended her, amplified her, shielded her. Now, that loyalty comes at a steep price. The royal family has distanced itself. King Charles turned down his request to bring Archie and Lilibet to Buckingham Palace. Prince William has cut ties. Charities are pulling away. Harry's reputation, once that of a rebellious but well-meaning spare, is now that of a man who enabled deception. If Meghan's mask falls completely, Harry won't just be a casualty. He'll be complicit. History won't remember him as the man who sought freedom. It will remember him as the one who ruined himself by standing behind a lie. This isn't just a personal scandal. It's a constitutional crisis. It's no longer about privacy. It's about truth. And the question now isn't what happened, it's how much longer can they run? Consider this. Before the inevitable collapse, what have we seen? It began with vague rumors about moon bumps and inconsistencies in Meghan's story. Then came allegations of royal protocol breaches that cast doubt on Archie's and Lilibet's legitimacy. The Oprah interview, once touted as Meghan's defining moment, now appears dangerously close to emotional manipulation. Meanwhile, Harry, once beloved as Diana's son, has been driven deeper into humiliation and disgrace. The tragedy is that none of this needed to happen. Meghan and Harry could have chosen honesty, embraced transparency, fulfilled their duties, or at least respected the public they claim to love. Instead, they built a brand on secrecy, victimhood, and deception. Any empire built on lies eventually crumbles, and theirs has. Netflix viewership is dropping. Spotify has pulled the plug. The royal family remains unmoved, and even their self-proclaimed supporters are quietly backing away. Meghan's credibility lies in tatters. Harry's dignity is eroded, and their legacy is tarnished forever. Now the question turns to you. Do you think Meghan Markle has finally been exposed? Do Samantha Markle's claims about Meghan's real age and fabricated postpartum struggles hold any weight? More importantly, if Meghan indeed lied about her pregnancies, should the royal family formally investigate the legitimacy of Archie and Lilibet as heirs? This isn't mere gossip or a personal feud. It's about the future of the monarchy, the battle between truth and falsehood, and whether we're witnessing history or a Hollywood script. Share your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Harry and Meghan can survive this?